I'm Bob the Cigar Guy, and I am ready to validate. That's right, we are on number 3 in a series of 4 of the Aganorsa Leaf La Validacion series. We got Habano, Corojo, Connecticut, and then Maduro. So we are going to get into Old Connie today. And yes, I am going to have Terrence Riley back on the show. Yes, a round of applause for Terrence Riley. And I'm going to tell you, Chief is Chief. Editor-in-Chief. He knows what he's talking about. He sent me a message this afternoon when the video dropped, and he goes, Bob, you might want to download this and that and copy-paste and cut and blut because you could barely hear Terrence over you lighting the cigar. And I listened to it. And he's right. Terrence deserves to be a little shinier than that, a little louder than that, a little better than that. And so I was like, well, I could do all that technology stuff, but I don't want to. So I'm going to redneckify it, BTCG that thing, right? Duct tape and baling wire make the world go round. So what I'm going to do is while I light my cigar, I'm going to turn the microphone over to the computer because I just went to their website. You can see these awesome videos. And I'm going to turn the microphone over to there. Then I'm going to hit play. Then I'm going to light my cigar. And then I'll pull the microphone back. Right? See, you don't have to be technical to get things done. You just got to get things done. Right? There's calluses on these hands, not from a keyboard, but from turning wrenches and working hard. So, and there's dirt under the fingernails. What little fingernails I have. Anyway, let's listen to what Terrence has to say. Terrence, take it away. We're moving the microphone over to the computer. We are going to hit the play button on the computer. Shout out to Chief.
Hi, Terrence Riley here with Aganorsa Leaf. Proud to introduce our Aganorsa Leaf Connecticut. Most Connecticut's either tend to be very mild to the point where you can't get much flavor out of them, or they're unbalanced and aggressive. Our Connecticut combines an Ecuador Connecticut wrapper with all Aganorsa Cuban seed binders and fillers to create a rich, balanced, flavorful cigar unlike any Connecticut you've ever smoked. Comes in 3 sizes, 6x58 Gran Toro, 6 1/4x52 Toro, and 5x54 Gran Robusto. An amazing blend. Validate one today.
Terrence, you talk too dang fast, Bubba. We got to do that again because I'm not done toasting my cigar. Oh, it smells so good. So, Terrence, take it away again for those in the back row.
Hi, Terrence Riley here with Aganorsa Leaf. Proud to introduce our Aganorsa Leaf Connecticut. Most Connecticut's either tend to be very mild to the point where you can't get much flavor out of them, or they're unbalanced and aggressive. Our Connecticut combines an Ecuador Connecticut wrapper with all Aganorsa Cuban seed binders and fillers to create a rich, balanced, flavorful cigar unlike any Connecticut you've ever smoked. Comes in 3 sizes, 6x58 Gran Toro, 6 1/4x52 Toro, and 5x54 Gran Robusto. An amazing blend. Validate one today.
So how about that for low-tech, high-tech redneck? That's what I'm talking about. And I can see, I'm looking at my phone with the camera facing me so I can see the screen to make sure that this is in focus. But right above that, I've got a light above me, a light below me. And then I've got a light over to the side. And I got that light back there. But then I have my microphone, which is on here, but it's actually attached up there. So I'm looking at it, and I was watching it's got the little, tells you how much voice you got going on. So it should pick up good. That should be good. Chief, thank you very much for actually watching my video. I can use the views. But also give me that suggestion. Great suggestion. So I was so busy messing with my cigar, I really didn't pay attention to what he was saying, even though I know it's a Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper with a Nicaraguan binder and filler. He did say it was a Cuban seed, Nicaraguan binder and filler. And the strength, they say, is 3 out of 5. So there's a lot of truth in what Terrence said. Of course, he's not going to tell a story. Terrence is Terrence. He's awesome. He's amazing. He's phenomenal, right? people start smoking cigars, what do? They usually grab the lighter wrap cigars, golf cigars, right? You don't want to jump in the deep end to get in something that's going to make you swimmy and everything else. You want to get something a little lighter, a little more simple. And so when manufacturers make that, number one, they know that, I'm going to be honest here, they know that most of those people that are going to smoke those cigars, which most cigars sold are Connecticut shade, most of the people that smoke those cigars don't smoke many cigars, so they really don't. They're really probably not an aficionado. Now, this is very vague. This is generalities. There are aficionados that smoke nothing but Connecticut shades and lighter cigars, right? And then there are some people who jump into the deep end and they just go straight for the triple Maderas, right? But I'm talking about the generalities. And so they don't put maybe as much emphasis. Some manufacturers don't put maybe as much emphasis on the lighter wrap cigars and the blend and making sure it's exactly perfect and just dialing it in just to that point. Because those people that buy those cigars usually don't smoke a lot of cigars, so they really don't have much to compare to. And a lot of manufacturers keep a lower price point because they know they'll buy a couple extra to give to their friends. And so that moves the tobacco. Some manufacturers will use some less than lovely tobacco in the binder and filler. They will. Now, Aganorsa didn't do that. Aganorsa has their own tobacco. They don't do crummy tobacco. They don't do crummy cigars. They don't do crummy blends. This blend, like he said, is balanced. It is creamy toasty, but it has a slight pepper to it. I'm also going to classify it as a shade plus. There's a creaminess to it. That's the overarching theme of it, but it's not boring. It's not simple. It's not a one-note flavor where you just taste creamy or just taste toasty or just taste cedar or just taste whatever. There's some stuff going on. The pepperiness is a little bit of tinniness, a little bit of minerality. Maybe as it works back, it'll get into a turned earth. The toastiness is there, and I'm all right. I'm going to sound like a freaking cigar reviewer. I'm tasting. They call it proofing spice or bread spice or something like that, and I don't know that word. Unless you're a baker, you probably don't know what that is. But I'm not a baker. But I've spent years working at Subway, right? Some people's art hangs in the Louvre. Mine hangs in your colon. That's what I used to say when I was a Subway sandwich artist. But the bread comes pre-made. The dough comes pre-made, and it's in these long breadstick things. And they're about as big around as, well, maybe this cigar. But they're 11, 12 inches long. And then you take those frozen sticks out and you put them in a proofer, which is basically a humidified warming oven. It warms it up just a little bit, and it makes the yeast activate or whatever, and it swells up and it becomes big, and you get that smell of proofed bread. And that smell is a taste in this, which I really, really like. It goes great well with a toasty, creamy kind of thing. Yeah. So in validation, I validate that this is great. If you like a lighter blend that has good flavor and has a little bit of punch to it. This is not a mild Connecticut shade. I don't know if I would go as far as to call it a shade plus, but I would say it's a shade almost plus, shade plus adjacent, maybe. I don't know. You tell me what you think. I'd like to know. I'm going to slow this down. If it transitions, I'll come back on and tell you it transitions. If not, I'll see you on the next one. We've got 3 done. We got the Maduri left to do. I can't do 3 out of 4. I got to do all 4. And we get to hear from, guess who? Terrence Riley again. Maybe one day we'll have him in the studio. Maybe get him and Fabian in here and we'll have them both in the studio. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that would be amazing. But not today. Probably not tomorrow. But maybe in the future. I'll see you later. I love you. I really do. Validate this thing. Pretty great. Later, Tater.